Good fucking morning. Hi.
Welcome to Satan. Good morning, everyone, or time zone, or whatever the fuck this is. How are you? I hope you're doing well. 2 years of hailing the Satins.
Hail all the Satins. All of them. Thank you for 2 fucking years, Mike. That's a really long time with it.
You put us in a fucking hype train. How? When did that happen? Ma'ams, this is a Wendy's. What the fuck? Thank you for the hype train. Oh my god, Helltart, thank you for the resub. Aliclectic with 100 biddies. Melioriated with that fucking 20-month resub. God damn it. What's quicker than a quickie? Flashbang. God damn it, that's good. Fucking Christ. What the tit fart? Sorry, my alerts were really low. I was not paid. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you. It was thank you for the bits. Thank you, Time Factor, with that fucking Prime sub. Don't forget your Bezos Prime subs.
Bezos makes $8 million a minute. Please use your Prime sub. Don't have to use it here. Just fucking use it.
Thank you for the Prime sub, you silly fuck. Hello, followed ages ago and I don't know why. Good morning. Me neither. I think about it all the time. Like, what makes people push a button? Nobody knows. Live content's a fuck, man. How do you even, I don't know. I watch a lot of YouTube, and YouTubers are always talking about the algorithm and, like, how they design their YouTube videos around how to get on the, and I'm like, there is not that for streamers. I don't know. It's luck of the draw. It's live content, man. I think about it all the time. My 20th Prime sub, thank fuck. Fuck Bezos times 20. Fuck that shit. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Did you see the horrifying not safe for stream GIF that Odious made? No, but if Odious shows it to, puts it in chat, I'm sure we can all click at it and look at it in our private times. Not that I can show stream, but I still want to look at it. Good morning, Taco. How are you? The algorithm. They're always talking about it. And I do feel bad for them. Like, there's certain words you can't say, and YouTube will just bury your videos. Like, Philip DeFranco talks about it all the time. Philip DeFranco's videos get fucking buried. If he says COVID, or if he says gun or death, if he talks about any shooting that goes on, shut down. It's crazy what YouTube does to them. Whereas, like, there is no algorithm for live content other than shutting us down for listening to music. So I really don't. It's very strange. But thank you for pressing whatever fucking button you guys pressed. I appreciate you. I don't know. It's a weird life we lead. It's in the NSFW. Oh fuck! I gotta open Discord on my PC. I have not. I have cramps. And I apologize if I seem spacey today, but my brain is like so overdosed on Aleve right now. Oh, God. Look at my private times, Daddy. Oh, snap. It's in NSFW. Okay, I got it open. That's the fastest Discord's opened on my PC in a long time. Stop. Get the fuck out of here. I have to see it. I can't show it on stream, obviously, because it's NSFW, but if you're in my Discord, y'all are welcome to go look at it. Where is it? Wait, where is it? Fuck a dick. I don't see it. Where the fuck is it? I'm in NSFW and I don't see a GIF. Is it Rod? Help. Is that it? Okay, thank you. Thanks for... I am going to send that to someone immediately. What the fuck? I have no words. You should all just click that and enjoy it in your own time. I can't. I have no words. I have no words for that one. Nope. Ow. Odious, you have outdone yourself, sir. That is art. That is beautiful. You should open a gallery. Really. What's a lemon? I don't know. I don't get anything wet.
Scary clown.
Fuck. Wrong. I didn't save it on my board, but it's fine. I can wrap it better than my board can. That's my reaction to pretty much everything in Rod's Discord. Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. Honestly, that's what Discord is for. Like, what else is it for? Really? Other than looking at the fucked up shit that only you and your friends can giggle at in private. What else is it for? Jesus wouldn't want to save these degenerates. I mean, we don't want to be saved. Raise your hand if you want to be saved. This is me tucking my hands into my anus. Luker Gamer just continued their gifted sub from Mickey DK. Fucking Luke, thank you so much for continuing your gifted sub, excuse me, to the class, keeping the class alive and giving an anus swings. I appreciate you. Hello, little sister. How are you? Did you figure out where to put your pictures? Discord was made for heathens. Man, I love Discord. Like, Discord, when it works for me, I've had problems for like a year. It's just my computer. But when it works, it's better than Reddit. And that's saying a lot for me. Like, I'm a hard Redditor. I've been on Reddit for like 10 plus years. That's basically where most of my student loans went, was just Redditing. So that's saying a lot. It can be pretty amazing. Will Jesus marry us after we raise our hands? Oh my God, to him though. Discord is the 2020s version of AIM. Kind of. You could use it like that. I make myself like invisible on there so you can't see what I'm playing or if I'm online or anything, but I imagine that some people probably just like stare at that and are like, look at everybody online that's not talking to me right now. Why? I don't know though. Maybe. I imagine that's the way it was with AIM. Najio just gifted fucking 5 subs in the channel. You crazy fuck. Thank you so much for gifting 5 subscriptions in the channel to 5 lucky butt wizards who don't have to suffer ads and get some badass emotes. I appreciate you. Thank you for your generosity. Gravity Hunter, Entos, Seornagain, Freed Out, and Dalkio. You're all butt wizards of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all ways. Because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. I apologize. My voice is really fucked. I puked so much yesterday that my throat is just like raw hamburger. So if I sound like this, I swear I'm very hydrated. I just, What are you going to do? What the fuck are you going to do? I don't really like Discord anymore than other services. Reddit has merits, but you have to sift through a giant pool of shit. And that's basically, like, we talked about that a lot, Mickey, like, that's everything. But I've been on Reddit so fucking long that I don't see fucked up shit anymore. Like, I've curated that shit down to a finite, like, puppy pictures and snakes. But yeah, I agree. It can be sick, and there's a lot of garbage on there. Honestly, most of what I love about Reddit is the comment section more than anything. Like, if I actually click on a post, more often than not, I want to see what the top comment is because they're fucking hilarious. It takes me forever to decide. I think the Toad one would be so cool in my office, but then I also feel like they should be together. I would put them together. I'd put them in your office. That's where you spend all your time. Like, literally, you spend the vast majority of your time in your office. It gives you something pretty to look at. ICQ was a good one. I liked ICQ too. I was never a big fan of AIM. I'm invisible everywhere. Like, my phone is on silent. I'm invisible on everything. But it's not because I'm avoiding people. If I want to be seen, I'll be seen. And if not, I don't. Like, most of the time, I'm just chilling. It scares me sometimes. I'll log into Steam on Zach's Steam Deck. And when you log into Steam on a different anything, it, like, removes all your settings. So, like, when I log into Steam on my computer, I'm invisible all the time. But when I log into that, I don't even think about it, and I'm not invisible. And all of a sudden, I'll get, like, 7 messages while I'm playing a game, rapid fire, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It scares me, is the moral of that story. Sudden noises freak me out. Oh my God, is this the reaction to the GIF? That's fucking beautiful. I wouldn't have gotten my degree without help from the comp sci subreddits. Same. Subreddits and back in the day I used to go to Reddit for this shit, but it was Khan Academy. Do you remember Khan? They're still around. Khan Academy literally is like an app, like a huge program now. But back in the day it was just a dude who made YouTube videos on a whiteboard. And he would post them on Reddit, and that's literally how I passed organic chemistry. The only reason I passed organic chemistry was finding Khan Academy on Reddit. On the chemistry forums. That was the only reason, because OChem fucking murdered me. Reddit comment section is indeed right, though. Some people are just too clever. This is true. They'll also definitely confuse people, which is always the goal. Absolutely. I mean, I like that people are coming in there anyways to see, like, an environmental lawyer, and then they're going to see a big scary toad on the wall and be like, oh, shit, bitch is serious. I'm sorry I cleared those forests. Maybe. Hi, Big Bye Wolf. How are you, love? Big Bye? Big B? Big Bye? Why did I do that, though? I'm so sorry. Big Bye? Reading's hard. Khan Academy helped me pass math and physics for game dev. Seriously, Khan Academy is everything. If any of you are taking classes on anything, I think Khan Academy literally has everything now, right? It used to be like math and science. Oh my God, Sin 9.
Our baby is born, and we shall feast on the corpse. Thank you for the resub.
That's a long. How has it already been 9 months? The fuck. Khan Academy is how I passed my higher level math classes. Same linear algebra. I was the only girl in my class, and because of that, I was kind of like, not on purpose, but I think I was a little ostracized because like everyone in the class was very nervous around me, and no one would like work with me or help me or anything. So Khan Academy was all I did. Like linear algebra was a fuck. I don't know why. I still to this day don't know why I had to take that fucking class. Yes, linear algebra. Calc 2, honestly, the only linear algebra sticks out to me more just because it didn't even feel like math. Like that was just some fuck. And I got a chemistry degree. Like I didn't, arguably don't need fucking linear algebra, but they have you do it anyways. And the only reason I was able to get through Calc 1 and 2 and that whole series, I got an amazing professor. Professor Richardson, something like that. I don't know, man. He was incredible. He saw like how I was struggling because I would go to his office hours and be like, I know I'm not stupid, but I'm feeling very stupid right now because there's something wrong with my brain. I don't learn like everybody else. Shocker. It's almost like we're all kind of unique and learn differently. What a concept. And he held me after class and sat there and tried like 10 different ways to teach me the exact same math until he got it. And it was like a switch went off. It was literally like a light switch. The moment he found a way to explain the math to me that made sense, all of a sudden math made sense. It was so weird, but I seriously, to this day, like I would burn an effigy for that man. He was just such a good teacher. And my OChem teacher was pregnant, quitting, and straight up said, I'm not going to have very many office hours this summer because I don't really care. So, chair confirmation can suck my ass. Y equals mx plus b is all I remember. That's a good one. What about a squared plus b squared equals c squared? That's a pretty good one. That's an easy one. You can get that one. What is the maths, right? I mean, that Sassy Sarah is my little sister. You guys could ask her. I was notoriously terrible at math all through life. Like, I would straight up just walk up to you and be like, hi, my name's Katie and I despise math. Why does it exist? And that teacher just did something. He was a young professor. He was really young. I think he was only like his second year teaching. Maybe that was it. I don't know, man. But he was a godsend. Like, he gave a fuck, which is rare in a big university with hundreds of kids in a class. He really gave a fuck. But I was also that kid. I sat front row, middle of the row, like, please help me pass this class. Like, I was not trying. Like, I was very desperate. I still have Rod sucking a dick up on my computer. Stop. Get out of here. They're like real life wizards. Professors. I mean, the only reason I ever got diagnosed with ADHD as a professor is another math professor. Like, my professors, and that was, a lot of it I think is because I made the effort to seek out their office hours, and I lived in their office hours because I know I'm not stupid. It's hard to say it. Like, I know I'm stupid. I know I'm stupid in that I know I don't learn like everybody else. I've always struggled with academia at all in general, and I want to make it clear to that was my goal when I was in school, was make it very clear to my professors how hard I'm fucking working, because I don't want them to not, they'll see you fail the test or something, and then you go to their office hours and they'll be like, did you try? I don't ever want that question proposed at me or posed at me, whatever. I fucking tried. I didn't sleep. Like, I lived in libraries. It was hard. And I'm a strong C student. Like, but I'm not stupid. Like, obviously, I worked in one of the top hospitals in the United States of America and saved lives. I'm not an idiot. It's just my brain works different. It doesn't connect like other people's. Sin, I've been really lucky. I've had a couple of amazing math teachers. My high school math teacher was one of the best teachers in general I've ever had in my life. That being said, my school was insanely small. Like, my high school's population was like 200 people throughout all 4 grades. And what was it? How far in math do you have to do in high school? Because I remember, like, my junior and senior year, I didn't have to take math, but I chose to. Just because it was like college credits or whatever. I can't remember what math it is, but the math classes you chose to take, it was like Calc 1 and Calc 2 or Trig or something like that. If no one chose to take them, like, who the fuck would choose to take math? there was only 2 people in my entire graduating class that went to college. So it's not exactly like a lot of people were like needed it. I'm not saying college makes you smarter. It's just that's the only reason you would do it. So my class literally had like 6 people in it. Like that was it. So we had the most amazing one-on-one. Like literally it was a cluster of like 6 or 7 kids in the middle of the room, and my teacher would sit in front of us and we would all just work on math together. It was more like a cool like study group than anything. Like he was just a really cool teacher. Shad, good morning, love. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thank you. My writing professor helped me get my dyslexia diagnosis. That was rough finding out at 19. That was me with my ADHD. Like it was freshman year math. I can't remember what math class it was, but I literally like blacked out, and all of a sudden the class was over and it was a test and I hadn't written one thing down. And my professor had apparently just been staring at me and watching me like black out over this test. She held me after class and she was like, I think you should go see one of the school psychs. Like, I know we talk all the time. You come to office hours. I know you're not stupid. And I watched you freeze. Like, I'm not giving you an F on this test. Go talk to a psych and then we can do this test again. She was so fucking nice. And I went to the school psychologist and within 2 minutes, she laughed and said, you need to see a professional, and made an appointment for me to see a professional. And now here we are. But it was just because a professor pushed me like, hey, I know you're not dumb. I know you can do this, but you obviously need some other hand-holding somewhere that's not this. Like, let's get help. She was so cool. She was just like a really, really nice person. Khan Academy and Armando Hasadungan. Wow. I'm so sorry if I fucked that name up. Got me through a lot of brain autonomy and brain chemistry. Oh, brain chemistry, though. Pre-Cal. Oh, it's pre-Cal in Washington. Okay, then that's what it was. So then we did Cal 1 and 2, I guess. Or Trig, I guess. Is that what it's called? I don't know. It's been too long. I really don't know. I've been in high school too long. I don't remember. I feel gross. Let's not. It depends on state and generation. True. I mean, I graduated in 06. So I'm like the pre-standardized testing era. Well, we had standardized tests, but you didn't have to pass them yet. I swear I have numbers dyslexia. I go into full panic mode when I have to even do simple addition. I used to. Like, I feel that. I actually sometimes think I have dyslexia. I definitely read words backwards sometimes. Algebra 2 at my high school, I think it was 22 years ago. I don't want to think about it. 14 years ago? No, 16 years ago. I graduated 16 years ago. I'm going to smoke some drugs because that realization hurt everywhere right here. I put an ice cube in my bong, but it hasn't melted yet. It is a mindfuck because I don't, like, it makes so much sense what your parents say. When your parents are like, I don't feel 55, I feel 16. You all treat me like I'm 55 because I look 55, but I don't feel it. That's how I feel. I feel like I just graduated high school and I'm still a fetus trying to fucking figure out how to wake up every morning without wanting to jump off the roof of my house. 16 years? God damn it. Fuck off. I hate this. That's a mind fuck. I'm trying to push the ice cube down my bong. ADHD is extremely overlooked in women. It is. Sarah, this was a couple months ago, but I watched a really cool YouTube video, and it was this Danish psychologist, and she was talking about why ADHD is not just overlooked, but like chronically underdiagnosed in women. And one of the things, I mean, there was many, many reasons, but one of the reasons that really rang true to me was that the symptoms, like the outward visible symptoms of ADHD presenting in a child, in a boy, they tend to be deemed as negative traits, i.e. loud, disruptive, overactive, blah, 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 messy, kind of scatterbrained. Whereas in girls, the traits, and this is just like a general study this woman did, the traits in general tend to come out as deemed positive traits, so they're never seen as ADHD, i.e. chronically over-organizing, reorganizing, color-coding strange things, like being ridiculously busy, like having 20 different extracurricular activities so you're never sleeping. Like those kind of things are what, but that's, obviously it's not. You can't apply that 100% all the time. But it was interesting to me because, I mean, you guys know I have problems. I reorganize and organize a lot. Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing I've just developed doing throughout my life. It's just alphabetizing things. Not that it makes it easier to find anything. I just do it. Like, I don't know what color my books are, but I color coded my bookshelf just to do it. It's weird. Did you say '06? I thought you were like 26. Thank you. God fucking bless you and your shiny mushroom cap. We'll go with that. I am old. Ooh, I am smoking. I'm grinding up the last of Gas Tanker. It says pairs well with a road trip. Please do not smoke pot and drive. If you're the passenger, go for it, but please don't smoke and drive. It says it is. I think it's a hybrid. Where's the lid? Did I peel it off? No, I didn't. Yeah, it's a hybrid. The parent strains are Motor Breath 15 and Sour Dub, and it is allegedly 24.53% THC. I quit talking about autism, but it's important I feel stealthy. I like to feel stealthy too. I feel you on that. See, we had my teacher offered calculus, but it wasn't AP. So like I still had to go take calculus in college, which I didn't know. I honestly, my school was so small. I did not know what an AP class was until I went to college. And my friends were like, "Oh yeah, I took AP calculus, so I don't have to take it in college." And I was like, "I took calculus in high school. Why do I have to take it?" I didn't even know they were a thing. Had no idea. The courses before pre-calculus were labeled as integrated math 1, 2, and 3. That's what they were, integrated. Yeah, because it was like my sister was saying, it was like pre-calc, but then there was like some trig put in there, and there was like some other stuff. Yeah. My teacher was amazing, but I'm still pissed. If you were born when you graduated, you could drive. I could drink. Oh my God. Sick. If I had a baby the year I graduated high school, they'd be getting their license this year. That is disgusting. That's Mel. That's me. But only if I write it down. If I just trust myself and go at a math equation in my head, I can get you an answer pretty fucking fast. But if someone forces me to sit there and write all the math down, I forget what I'm doing halfway through because I'm so busy writing and thinking about writing that I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking about anymore. Hard. I didn't even know what AP was until college. Same, Sarah. Same. Nope. That's because it wasn't offered to us at all. Same. I had no idea until I went to college, and I was like, wait, I could have taken classes in high school that counted to college. And then get this, Sarah, I don't know if I think I've told you this. This is one thing that really pissed me off. So when I was in high school, I did, what's it called? Running Start. There was a town like 20 minutes away from us that had a really small community college where you could take a couple classes that would count for school. And I took an English class. It was like creative writing or whatever, but it counted for English 101 and no one told me, and I fucking took English 101 in college. And halfway through the class, my teacher was like, "You didn't need this." No one tells you anything. You shouldn't go to college when you're 18 because you're still a fucking dumb fetus. I'm not angry about it. You are. In 2 years, I'll be 30 since I graduated high school, but I'm still 18 in my head. It's been 30 years since you graduated high school. That's how I feel time. Like, and I think that's kind of how it's going to be forever. Like, things hurt more, but I feel exactly the same way as I did, other than being, I'm medicated, so I feel a lot better than I did when I was 16, to be honest. But I look the same too, which doesn't help. Like, I haven't physically changed at all since I was 18. Like, same height, same size, I'm literally wearing clothes that I owned when I was 18. So that doesn't help that I pretty much just have stayed in the stasis of an 18-year-old. Algebra and geometry combined. That was probably it because I fucking suck at geometry. That was my worst. Oh God, I don't have a lighter. Damn. I have to get a lighter before I can cheers. So what a beautiful bowl. I can't light yet. Wait, I might have one. forgot I had my purse next to my desk. Hold on. I was 29 when I started college. I'm still a dumbass. Same. I don't think college makes you smarter. It didn't make me smarter. I'll say that. I shouldn't say it about other people. College, like going to college doesn't make you a better person or like more impressive or any of that bullshit. All it does is show an employer that you did it, that you can commit to something. That's it. I don't think I'm smarter than anybody else. Like it's just some really expensive pieces of paper tucked away in a closet somewhere. That's it. Your cherry Coke evaporated? What the fuck? I had friends who took a lot of AP courses. I said fuck that because it didn't seem I said fuck that because it didn't seem like it was worth not being able to sleep in class and still get B's. That was, I mean, honestly, I would have done them just to save money had I known they existed. I went straight to the counselors at college and was like, I did Running Start, and so you tell me right now what classes I do not have to take here. I did that too, and they did not do it right. Like, they were so incompetent. It was asinine. I mean, the amount of times you could not pay me to go back to any form of education ever again. It's such a fucking fucked system of just entrapping children into loans. Like, that's all I remember about it is fighting. Like, I remember one quarter because my schedule that I signed up for wasn't 100% chemistry. I threw a psych class in there because I had a minor in psych. They canceled my financial aid, kicked me out of all my classes, and I had to start a month late because financial aid was like, why are you taking something other than chemistry? But you have to take a full class load in order to get your full financial aid. Like, you can't take a not full class load. The stress, the amount of like, this is why I have gray hair. Is college. This is the only reason I have anxiety, I swear to fuck, is college. It broke who I was as a human. Like, I was like this trusting, like carefree, like the world isn't that terrible. And then I went to college and I was like, oh no, everything's designed to fuck me? Okay. Great. I'm ready for this world. And to bend it over and fuck it back. I love learning. That's the thing, Sarah. Like, I love to learn. I watch so much YouTube and listen to like history podcasts and history of chemistry podcasts. And also, I love to learn. I'm a crackhead for learning. It's the being judged on how well you learned. Like, I'm being punished because my teacher did not provide the service I paid for, which was to teach me to pass their test, which is really fucking fucked. When you're someone like me that's actually studying. Like, I'm not being a shithead and being like, I paid for this, you better give me an A. Like, I'm literally breaking my mind to try to get through it. It's really fucked up. College sucks. But I liked learning. I love learning. Learning's the best. I was slower in the English course side. Good in math and science. I got to have an extra lab freshman year of English that I think was labeled as 98 to go with 101. Lucky you. I was better at science too, but honestly, it was like, I don't know. I'm pretty good at English. I just don't I'm really good at writing a paper. I don't like doing it, though. So that, like, I've never been bad at, I can write a pretty good paper. I just despise doing it. I hate rereading what I've written over and over and over. It just starts to sound like garbled nonsense after a while, and I don't know what the fuck I've done. I hate the process, but I can do it. So I don't want to say I'm bad at it, because that feels bad. That feels mean. Ignore me, I'm dumb. Never. What's wrong with dumb? What's wrong with dumb? I'm dumb. We're all dumb in one area. Are you kidding me? I can save your life, but you probably shouldn't hand me a baby. You know? Like, we're all dumb in somewhere. Can't be smart in all areas. I have a lighter, so I'm going to smoke pot about the fact that I've been out of high school for 16 years, and that really is destroying this right now. Cheers. That's a smooth strain. Damn. All right. Hi, Mystified Musings. How are you, love? Cheers. Oh, Attack of Bees. I can't even fathom. Like, I can't remember what it was like without AC, but the last 2 years living in this house, I didn't have AC, and I live in Denver. where it gets, above 100 for a good chunk of the summer. And I can kind of remember. Like, I remember it getting so hot that there were days where I couldn't stream because sitting still gave no reprieve from said hot. Like, that's how stiflingly hot it was in the house. Coffee Cheers anime. I started the new bag today, BDO, by the way. I can't remember what it's called. It's good, though. It's really good. They've never had a bad one. Honestly, I should just stop commenting on it until there's a bad coffee. And then I'll be like, hey, we found one. I didn't just drool on myself. You did. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Hides the babies from CK. You know what I mean, though? Like, I feel dumb all the time. But I'm not dumb. It's just that I don't live in an environment where I'm running ventilators and extubating people all the time. That's the environment where I'm feeling real smart. But in most of the world, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I can fix a sink, but that's because my dad was a plumber. Like, that's it. He taught us good shit. Some teachers see teaching as presenting the information and don't understand that teaching means so much more. Oh, 100%. I had a few professors that straight up, first day of class, would say something to that effect. Like, they'd be like, this is the #1 most failed class on campus. My job is to present the information and hopefully you absorb. I was like, oh, that was physics. Like, the first physics class of the series, whatever the fucking series was. My teacher was like 85, tenured, gave exactly 0 fucks about anything. And I was just like, I was already scared of physics because I was scared of math. And that did not set me up well. Have you ever seen a mouse afraid for its life get under a door that it shouldn't have been able to squeeze under? That was me. To a T. Hi, Shizm. How are you? Good morning. What is this? Do I even want to know? Please delete your account, says mod site to anyone upset by its decision to ban a mod that removes Pride Flag from Spider-Man. Wait. Rod, I need context. What the fuck? What? That whole title, like, what? I have no idea what that's... What? What? I feel like I missed half the conversation with that one. 3 rules to plumbing. Shit runs downhill. Don't chew your fingernails. Payday is Thursday. Oh my god. Don't chew your fingernails. Absolutely not. Oh my god. My dad didn't even wear his clothes in the house half of our life. Literally, he stripped down in the mudroom and ran upstairs to shower. I never saw it. He's pretty sneaky, but that's what he did. Literally, there'd be a perfect human pile of clothes in the mudroom, and he'd run because he lived in shit. People were modding Spider-Man. So what's Spider-Man? Is there a Spider-Man game that came out? Because that's another thing. See, there's just so many levels to this. I have no... You know my feelings about Spider-Man. Until his balls are on his hands, I'm out. That's when I would drop. That's why I dropped chem. I stayed until the first test. When nothing in their lectures was covered in the exam, I said nope. I wish I would have had the balls to do that as a kid. Like, I always took it on to me. Like, oh, it's my fault. Like, I must have done something wrong. There were a couple times where literally I had a biology professor straight up lie to the class. And I got so sick, I finally confronted her on one of them. Because by the time I was taking this class, I had already taken, like, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2. I was deep into my pre-med shit. So I wasn't a genius, but I knew a fair bit about the human anatomy at that point. And it was fresh. And I've told you guys, some of you probably know this story, but one day in class, we were learning about human anatomy or something. It was some intro bio class. It was just a filler. And she says, did you know that first thing in the morning, if you're real quiet and you pay attention, when you take a breath, you can hear your lungs reinflate because they deflate while you're sleeping. Oh yeah, you can hear the alveoli popping open in the morning. I can't quite remember the exact emotional turmoil that went through me or what my face did in that moment, But I raised my hand and said, I think you die when your lungs collapse. And she like, what's it called? She ran backwards so fucking fast. She was like, well, I guess. Da, 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 da. And like, you could tell she was just trying to be exciting to the class and then had to rewind herself hard because I was about to go real on her. Like, I had the fucking cocked eyebrow, like, bitch, don't go to the table with me on this one. My mom's an RT, my dad's an RT, his mom was an RT. Human anatomy is in my blood. Don't fight me. Your lungs do not fucking collapse when you sleep, you idiot. You breathe relatively shallower, but that's not the same. That's like saying, your paper cut was the same as being shanked in the kidney. The fuck? No. And she told that to a class of like 300 plus kids. That kind of shit, I will. Like, that was my end of my fuse. But I wish I didn't have the balls to like walk up to a teacher and be like, that wasn't in any of our study material on a test. Thankfully, there usually was at least one person in all my classes who would do that. So then we'd all get the question. But I couldn't. I'm so non-confrontational like that. I was terrified. I'm an engineer. There is a syndrome that affects a lot of people in the field, imposter syndrome, because some jobs are so complicated that you cannot possibly know everything there is to know, that you feel like an imposter. I feel that so hard. There's so many feels, but I feel that. You feel like an imposter that it's not worthy of the title you currently possess because you think you might have found lacking once in a while. I find that a positive human existence is to be in doubt constantly. Never think you know everything there is to know. That's when you begin to slip. 100% agree. Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself. 100% agree. But I felt when I was working in the hospital, I felt that way sometimes. Like when, I'm generally doing the same thing. Not really. I don't know how to say that. You go into a room and it's an intubation. You're going to do an intubation, but then you have to look at the patient. It's always going to be different depending on the neck, the anatomy, the conscious level, all this kind of stuff. And so you walk into a room like that, you know what you're doing. You start doing what you're doing, doing you're doing, without going into specifics of shit you don't care about. And then, the number one lung transplant surgeon in the world walks in the room and goes, "Oh, thank God Katie's working tonight." Those are the nights where I would just be like, suddenly I have no idea what I'm doing. What's a ventilator? What is person? Where am I? And I know they're not making some profound statement with that. They're just trying to be encouraging and nice because they're grateful they have someone on staff they know. But those are those moments where I was just like, I shouldn't be here. You shouldn't say that. I shouldn't be here. I need to go. And I would literally like all the intelligence I ever, built up about life support is gone in that moment. It was just fucking evaporated because that fucking imposter syndrome shit, you're suddenly like, oh, he thinks I'm someone else, or he's going to have me do something crazy I don't know what to do, when there's nothing you don't know how to do. But you always, it's like you said, it's like there's so much that no one person can know it all. That's impossible. And that's why you have multiple people on staff that specialize. Like, that's why there's nurses and RTs. We do all the same education, except at one point we split, and I go into lungs and hearts, and they go into pharmaceuticals, and, like, that's why, because I couldn't know life support and every fucking pharmaceutical known to man and all their interactions and which IVs they need to go into. Like, no human brain can hold all that. That's nuts. It's kind of what doctors are paid for, kind of, is to know it all. Every time you tell a story, my brain explodes. Rod, I have so many. I mean, now you know why my brain is exploding all the time, because I've just had to, like, actually live these things. If your leg breaks, you fall over, though, right? It was in the study materials. I just was used to the material on the exams being covered in class, and I missed the reading. Nothing lectured was in the exam. What the fuck is the point of a lecture if it's not in the exam? What is the point? That's a pointless meeting. That's just a meeting. Which y'all know my opinions on meetings. My Deloney with that fucking resub.
Thank you for 29 months in a row, lover.
I appreciate you. God damn. Thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving an anus its wings. Thank you. I can't believe I've done this. It's one of my favorite old memes ever. She was licking my arm. She just comes over and, like, says a little hello, licks my elbow, and walks away. It's like looking at something for an hour, scratching your head, then take a 10-minute smoke break, and voila, easy fix, had a brain fart, 100%. I do that with art a lot, Steely. Like, bless digital art these days, because you can actually, like, mirror your image. If you've never done a painting and then gone and stood in a mirror with it, don't, because suddenly you will despise every piece of art you've ever made. But if it's not done yet, go do it. It's like putting new eyes on something. It's the same thing. It's getting up, go for a smoke break, go for a walk, get some fresh air, come back, and suddenly you can do it. With art, I do that. Like if I get stuck on a painting I'm doing or something like that, I'll walk away. Literally, I just stop. Like my brain tells me not to stop so hard. My brain is like, you are hyper focused right now. You're on a fucking, just go, just keep going. You'll get it. No, it doesn't work. It never fucking works. You got to just get up, put the pencil down, walk the fuck away. And then if that doesn't work, I mirror it. Literally, I'll go stand in a mirror with a painting or I'll mirror it on the iPad. And it's incredible what your brain isn't seeing. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know brain science enough for that. But like looking at it, you're like, oh, it looks kind of good. And then you mirror it and suddenly you're like, oh my God, it's the fucking chunk guy from Hey You Guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what you meant to draw. It's incredible. Welcome back, Helltire. I'm like that at work literally all the time. As soon as someone goes, oh, Jacob's here, this will be an easy job, I'm immediately like, what is an appliance? All day. It used to happen to me as an RT all the time. And I know it's I want to take it as a compliment. Like I would walk into the unit and nurses would see me and be like, oh, thank fuck, Katie's on tonight. And my immediate response is, oh no, please don't say that. Because now I don't know how to do my job. Like I'm dead inside. It's such a stupid, weird phenomena, but I totally identify. It's really bizarre. I have the same kind of reaction like if I go out and get hit on by someone. I might have been standing very pleasantly like I had confidence and suddenly I'm like when is it pretty to you know? I just can't. I need to be left alone or criticized and that's like
Go,
it.
Pikachu, come out. I'm gay.
Fohammer_419 tipped $5. CK, the best part of DEF CON was getting railed by a techno witch with an LED strap-on in her Furby fursuit while she was hacking the Pentagon, and getting kicked out for trying to spread fash propaganda. Vegas is awesome, especially at night too.
That's some incredible multitasking, I must say. Are you back now? Did you already go to Vegas? Did you have a wonderful time? Was it wonderful? I miss Vegas. Just for the spectacle of it. Ooh, interested in your opinion and chat's opinion. I've been playing with Midjourney, an artificial intelligence program that creates paintings, photos, watercolors, etc. based on descriptions that you type in as text prompts. Ooh, I've heard of this. I put in tarantula marijuana, mother, noon, photorealistic, and it created this. Oh my God. That's fucking really cool. Okay, you got like I fucked around with one of those programs a little bit the other day because one of the late night talk show hosts talked about it and it was a horror. It was a nightmare. Like what it created for me was a nightmare. That's actually really fucking cool. You got a good one. Have you been playing with it for a while though? Have you like learned what words to use and stuff? Because maybe that's it. I don't know. Like doing technical diagnostics, I've done 1,000 times and in my sleeping brain just won't pull it back. Yeah. Work on 10K lines of code in 8 to 10 hours straight to figure out a bug, lay down to sleep, jolt up, and add that to line 2,356 and it's fixed. Dude, I'm not a computer science. I know nothing about coding. But I dated a engineer all through college and I like lived in his engineer lab. Like I would go there to study all the time because it was empty. It was silent. It was perfect. It was better than the fucking library. So I got to know all the coders, and what you're saying is so like PTSD familiar. Do you also have like an artist or music you listen to while you code that may not be anything like what you'd normally listen to on a normal basis, but for some reason it helps you code fast because you can ignore it? Because I shit you not, there was a group of 4 dudes that I hung out with regularly in the engineering lab while I was doing my chem homework, just like stealing their lab because it was silent. And they were all big metalheads. Like they played guitar really, really well. They listened to hard thrash, like death metal. But when they coded, Lady Gaga. you can imagine my reaction when I saw that on their iPod because I'm old. I was like, what? Apparently, it's like, it's not just Lady Gaga, but they all kind of got together and were like, hey, this worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. But they pick a music that it keeps their brain awake, but they can ignore it to a certain level. You know what I mean? And it totally makes sense because to me, when I was in school, I used to listen to Fiona Apple while I studied. And I really like Fiona Apple. But there's something about her music where it's enough to keep me awake, but I don't pay attention to it enough that it takes me away from what I'm studying. Like, it's background noise, exactly, but controlled. Country, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. It's the weirdest, coolest phenomenon to me. Like, almost every engineer or coder I know has some fucking weird music that's nothing like anything they would have listened to ever, just to code. Because if they listen to something they like, they'd pay attention to it and they wouldn't code well or whatever. Dali, I think, is the one I tried, and literally it came up with fucking nightmares. Deloney, I'm gonna look. How long until we tell the AI a theme and they make a video game out of it in 10 minutes? I mean, I'd be excited. Hex, I knew it. Hex, you fucking silly fuck. Thank you for resubbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings. I appreciate you. That was pathetic. Let's pretend it didn't happen. Did someone say words? I learned so many words in this channel after looking them up. I'm scarred. You're welcome. Your personal lexicon is exponentially larger, and you're welcome. Oh, God. Okay, what is the website you're using to do these? Not even kidding you, anime. They're so much cooler than the ones I was getting for real. Like, those are way cooler. Hum. That's what I listen to while coding. Wait, just a hum? I'm a dev engineer, hard drum bass, trance, steady beat type stuff only. I think everybody has their type, right? I feel exposed. I think it's real. I don't know what it is. I used to definitely do it with Kem, like Fiona Apple, nonstop. But I like her. It's not that it's music I dislike. It's just I could ignore it. It's always a missing or Muse. Oh, I love Muse though. I love Muse. Imagine Dragons hit or miss. Didn't they do the song for that new Arcane show? That was a good one. It's dance music for me. No lyrics, just noise. I feel that. Sometimes that works for me. Fuck a what? Hacker conference, DEF CON bans pro-Trump outlet? Good. Fucking good. I prefer to work at night. Creative time needs to be far away from meeting time. I'm the same. Literally, Mismo, like, do you ever... You're at home, you know, and you're gonna work. And you... How do I explain this? Like, sometimes when I have a project that I know I need to do, like, I'm working on something actively that needs to get done. I didn't realize I was doing this, but I was subconsciously waiting for the sun to go down. The moment the sun goes down, it's like I get my second wind. Like, my body goes, boo-ba-doo-boo-boo, let's fucking work! And I don't know why. Like, it's not that the sun makes me, like, tired. But the moment that sun goes down, I'm just like, phew, productive, Katie. And I don't. It's bizarre. Like, I'll make bread and clean the house. And Hi, Cake, my love. How are you? Wait, how many software system devs are there in here anyways? I'm going to go with a huge portion. I might be the literal background noise for a lot of coders, which I am not offended by. Ignore me all day long. Get your shit done. Work's important. Now, if I'm working like an install or something, then it's going to be like 60 to 2010 rap, metal, rock, dance. Give me an example, like a band. Studying in college, trance music. I don't know if I even knew what trance was when I was in college, to be honest. Like, when I was in college, dubstep had just like kind of become a thing. When I first was in college, it was very much like Regina Spektor, that soft indie shit that all sounded exactly the same. And then it went to like dubstep and music like Rat-a-tat. Does anybody remember Rat-a-tat? I don't know what the fuck you would call that, but there was a lot of that when I was in college. I don't know what the fuck it was. Gorillaz is good too. Yep, Gorillaz is great. Hi, Berserker. How are you, love? I'm more active at night. That's why my brain's more active. Same, Cake. It's almost like I'm not struggling to stay awake anymore. It's just I get to be awake. Once the sun is down. It's so weird. On my phone app, if it doesn't work, you try to change the wording on the next, and presto, did it work? I can't even focus in the daytime. I can under extremely specific conditions. Like obviously being medicated helps because I am ADD as fuck. But I have certain like I've just learned since college how to create like this bubble where I know I can at least get something done if I have to. You know what I mean? Problem is my second win's at midnight and I'm up at 6 a.m. I feel that. That happens to me sometimes and I hate it so much. I'll get that second win at like midnight 1 and I'm like, well, 4 hours of sleep and counting. I hate it so much. I get that too sometimes. Night mother, it's real. It never ends. I don't know why. I've always been that way, even when I was a little kid. But I don't sleep in. I've never slept in. I can't. I physically can't sleep in. Like, I've never been the person to wake up at noon. I can't. Like, the moment I'm conscious, if I stay in bed 15 minutes more, I'm going to start getting anxious. Like, I got to get the fuck out of bed. So it's basically like my body just fights sleep at all turns. Thank you, Cake. Zach complimented today, too. It's weird. You wouldn't think blue eyeshadow would compliment, like, gray shit eyes, but it does, and I don't understand why. But I thought it looked kind of cool today, too. Thank you. You are the background noise for this data scientist. Boom! And not offended. Let it be background. I'm happy about it. Wait, like, when I very first started streaming, someone in my channel was like, I hope you're not offended, Katie, but I lurk all day because I treat your stream kind of like a podcast. I just listen. Not offended at all. I think that's awesome. I am queen lurker. Like, I don't chat at all. I like hi, and then I do a project and listen. Like, that is me. How can anyone hate on that? It's the best way to enjoy content. Not be bothered. Oh my God. But you have the choice to be bothered? Yes. An implementation engineer. What is that? There are so many types of engineer. I learned a couple of them when I was in school because I remember my boyfriend at the time, my ex now, he was going to school to be an electronic engineer. Whereas the more popular degree, I believe, is an electrical engineer. Correct me if I'm wrong. This has been many years, but I know there's a million types of engineers now. I didn't know. There's definitely a personality type, and that's no shame. But when I worked in the hospital, I could tell you're an engineer within 5 minutes of having a conversation, and you never have to say you're an engineer. You can tell an engineer, you can smell them down the hallway. It's crazy. So type A. Like, I love you guys. You're great, but damn, you stressful. Cheers to that. We can't live without you, but what the fuck? Where the fuck's my bowl? Oh my God, I set it down and didn't put it back on. Let's not talk about how that happened. It goes back to the hunter-gatherer humans. Some brains are wired to be more active at night to tend fires and keep watch for animal attacks and such. This is why some people get productive at night. That makes so much sense, Ska. Honestly. It totally makes sense. I've been that way. Look at my dog. She's so creepy. I've been that way my whole life. Just the moments it's dark, I'm more comfortable, I think. Like, there's a level of my anxiety that just is gone. And I don't know why. I don't know why the sun does that, why daylight does that. But it's like, when it's daytime, I'm all day long. It's just feed the beast, feed the beast, feed the beast. Don't get anxious about the ADHD. Stay busy so you don't feed the beast. The beast is the anxiety. And once the sun's down, it's like, beast is gone. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like, it's the weirdest. It's like I can just breathe. But it has nothing to do with anything. It's just the sun going down. I'm really excited the days are getting shorter. It's weird. Coffee cheers, love. Same, Willow, 100%. I mean, I lurk in all 100% of the streams I watch. I try at least to say hi, though. I usually pop in, hey, how you, like, I'll say a couple things, but then I just am doing stuff and listening. Like, most of the streamers I watch, most of my friends who I host and shit with you guys, they're people who talk enough that it's fun to just listen to them. They carry a conversation by themselves, and that's really nice. It's relaxing, especially for someone, I'm sure a lot of streamers and a lot of people feel that way. When you talk for a living, you kind of just want to chill and not talk for a while afterwards. It feels nice. Cypress Hill, CCR, Metallica, 60 to 2000 time. Oh, fuck yeah. Nope, I totally understand. Yep, I know the beat you need. Just those three bands, I know the exact beat you're talking. Yeah, 100% agree. There was something about music, like, who's another one? Honestly, Primus is one I can listen to when I'm working on something. Like, I don't know what it is though. Like, I'm not a scientist of music. I couldn't tell you what it is that does it, but it's wonderful when it works. I work in fintech. I help other companies integrate with their product. Oh shit. So, for instance, with hospitals, we have like every hospital has a different computer software that they chart on, but certain parts of the country are trying to go all on the exact same software so that hospitals can talk to each other. So like if you go see a specialist, Epic, etc. Exactly. Is that what you guys would do? Like integrate Epic. So like for instance, one hospital I was working at, we were using something called Cerberus or Cerbus or something like that, and we had to go to Epic, and it was horrific. Like it was so fucking weird to take one charting form and literally we had to back chart for like weeks just to like it was I imagine that's something you guys are involved with. Because we have coders that work for the hospital that literally like I can call the computer coder department, whatever, in the hospital and be like, hey, I need to chart breath sounds and there isn't a column for breath sounds. Hang up the phone and in 3 minutes, a column for breath sounds shows up on my computer. Like they literally just write the code and put it in. Is it similar? Are the frogs on the move? I fed them. Yet, oh my god, they're so cute. I don't know if you can see the two chunky ones in the corner. Up in the top corner, there's two of them. I got crickets yesterday. Went to the pet store and got crickets, and all they had was like extra large crickets, which is fine. I mean, these frogs will eat like nobody's business. They are dumpster frogs, but they're so fat this morning. Like, if you've ever seen like a wiener dog or a small dog that's just so obese, its stomach is on the ground, that's what they look like. Like, if they jumped, their stomach might just stick. They're so fat. I kind of love it. When I'm coding, I need to listen to slow music. Otherwise, my brain starts to move too fast and I start fucking up. Oh, 100%. I think the beat matters a lot. Yeah, I think the RPMs is the most important part about the music, to be honest. When you're doing something like that, Epic is fucking wild. Like, I kind of grew to just not know anything else because that's Epic was at Hopkins. That's all they had already. But I've gone through so many different programs because on the West Coast, Epic isn't everywhere. And every hospital I worked at had a different program. So I'd work at 3 hospitals at once and different charting software for every hospital you'd have to learn. It was wild. So I understand wanting to universalize Epic, not just for ease of transfer between hospitals, but also so that the hospitals will talk to each other. But damn, Epic is like, I don't know why Epic won because it's not the most user friendly. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys like nursing and stuff experiences the same shit. But when I would open a respiratory therapy charting page, 90% of it would be nurse stuff I wouldn't even look at. So literally half of my time in the room was just scrolling this huge shit. It was nonsense. It was crazy. And that's a lot of it. Like and I don't know if that's because it's newer. I don't fucking know. It's not efficient. And when you guys know, if you're working in a hospital, like efficiency is everything. You need to be ready for when chaos goes down. So getting your shit done efficiently is important. I don't know another word for efficient, but it's important. I'm a software engineer within finance, but at this point, I'm more managed developers. Do you like that better, Sheil? We're a payment method, not so much. Mostly expand our API to devs that will code their website to talk to us. Oh, dude, that's interesting. I love that. I mean, that was one. I did grow quite an appreciation for code, just as a thing, just like studying with my friends who were doing computer science and shit like that, because it's a language. I mean, it's millions of different languages. It's a different language with math. It's beautiful when done right, but damn, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Never in a million years. Let me cardiac massage any day. I don't want to do that. Epic is ubiquitous. Is it? Do you guys like that? Like, I never worked anywhere where it was fully implemented like all over the city yet, so we never really got to communicate with other hospitals as long as I used it. Oh, Midjourney, thank you, Anime. I can't remember the one I used. It was one, I think, what's his name? John Oliver sent me to it. And it was okay, but the thing, I mean, you couldn't get a pretty picture out of it. It was nightmares. Like, it looked like something out of Saw. It was horrible. Epic won because the right people got paid. Pro tip, that is every software package that starts to dominate. I 100% believe that. Cerner, and what was the other one? It was Cerner, and there was one other one that I used a lot, and I can't fucking remember the name of it. But those two were amazing, but they were old. Like the software was old and it didn't have support anymore. So there was no option. Like we had to go to Epic, or does Kaiser use Epic now? Kaiser, I know, is some like huge conglomerate medical thing that's like moving up the West Coast, but I don't know if they have their own system or not. I've never used it. I've never worked at a chain hospital, I guess, whatever you would call them. I don't know what you call those. I've always worked at private hospitals, I guess you'd say that. Efficiently is a skill that includes proficiency. Word. Good morning, Kodiak. How are you, love? There was a language historian who kept on finding references to second sleep in old stories. Oh. So they dug in and found that people would go to sleep shortly after the sun went down and slept until just after midnight. They would wake up and do some stuff like chores, etc. for a few hours, then go back to sleep until dawn. Oh my God. That was me for a large part of my childhood. Like, I couldn't sleep more than 4 hours at a time. It was weird. Talking about Boo's language, man, that shit, it is literally a language, isn't it? I have HVAC-based controls that run on Windows XP. Wait, what? You still? That's kind of impressive, to be honest. In a meeting, and motherfuckers chewing gum while talking. Is there okay, this is a good question for chat. How do you kindly ask someone to stop chewing with their mouth full of food or talking with their mouth full of food? How do we kindly do that? Because I, too, would want to rip my ears off my face. But, like, I would never say anything because I don't want to hurt that person's feelings because I know they're not doing it maliciously. How do you do it? What do you, like, my dad would straight up stick his finger in my mouth and say, were you born in a barn? You can't do that to strangers. I see 5 eye specialists, and a couple we're friends with are lab tech and transport specialists. It's all Epic at both hospitals. That's so fucking nice. Seriously, the fact that the number one way to transfer information in a hospital, in every hospital in the US right now, is faxing. Fax machines are still made and manufactured, I'm almost positive, strictly for hospitals, because it's the most secure way to send information. And if the two hospitals don't both have Epic, I have to print out my chart and fax it to another hospital. Faxing! We also still use pagers. What year is it? But that's what you have to do if you don't all have Epic or all be on the same program. It sucks. Be surprised with how old shit is here when it comes to medical insurance systems. My mother-in-law, who is a COBOL programmer, was brought out of retirement to code the integration for healthcare gov. Oh, no shit. Brought out of retirement to code it? That's pretty badass, though. There's no good way to do that. Blunt is best. I mean, that's honestly, like, I don't... I'm a very blunt person in general. My problem is, like, if that person was in IRL life with me, standing next to me, I wouldn't even think before saying, like, God damn, I can fucking hear the gum guzzling in your throat. Can we not? And then I would be like, oh, maybe that wasn't the best way to tell someone they sound like a cow. But I have a thing for mouth sounds. Can't do it. So fucking gross. Just me, though. I just because it bothers me doesn't give me a right to make someone feel like shit. Right. I don't know. Federal government as well. IRS is stupid about faxing. I wish the fax would die. It's the most ridiculous thing, isn't it? And it's because it's the safest way to transfer information, right? Is that why you guys do it too? You can't intercept a fax. Like, no one, because presumably fax machines are so fucking ancient, no one is working on a way to, interrupt a fax and steal the information or whatever. So if I can't open up the charting from another hospital and it's necessary, I have to call that nurse and be like, hey, can you fax me the charting from the last 2 weeks to this number? And they literally have to go into their computer, print out all that information, and go over to a manual fax machine and fax it to me at my hospital. It's crazy. And that's at Hopkins. It's wild, but there's no other way. You can't email that stuff. Like, nothing else. You guys know the internet is very penetrable all over. It's a porous system. And when it comes to HIPAA, your personal information, shit like that, we take it really seriously. I had to fax my blood work order from my phone using an internet service to the lab to do my tests. It's so backwards. It's so fucked up, but I don't know how else to do it. Mainframe coding is rare and valuable right now. I wish I would have gone into that, honestly. Let me put a bite in my mouth, as then we can understand each other. That's actually a pretty good one. Just start doing it back. Oh, yeah? Yeah? Interesting. Do you think they'd notice? Oh my God. Well, Crimson, I'm not even shitting you. I think it was Trevor Noah just made a joke about this the other night, and it's so real. He made a joke about doctor's offices. He's like, when's the last time you were in a doctor's office that didn't have an absurdly large monitor running Windows XP? I've never been in a doctor's office that wasn't running XP, and I worked in a lot of hospitals. Like, it's so real how outdated everything is. But it's because all the money, like, to get a program like Epic, you're not buying like hard software. I'm sure a lot of you already know that. You're buying the license to run the software, kind of like Adobe or something like that. And so they don't have any money left after they buy these huge, like mega million licenses to run these programs. They don't have any money. And then the programs that they spend all this money on are usually used. You can buy used software, which is crazy. And because it's used, it can only run on old Windows. So there usually isn't even a form of coding software for new versions of Windows out. So we just literally never update the computers ever. It's like going back in time. It's kind of wild. Pager in a hospital, I can understand. I can kind of, but they make us carry, like at the hospitals I worked at a bunch, a pager and a phone, and the phone has texting and paging capabilities. So it was like, when you paged me, it went to my phone and my pager every single fucking time, to the point where I would just leave my pager in my office and never carry it, because why am I carrying all this shit? Like, all it does is pull my pants off my body all day because I'm wearing goddamn pajamas because it's a hospital. They're scrubs, but they're pajamas, let's be honest. And the more shit you have in your pockets, like, everyone want to see my vagina? Sorry, I have to carry 10 pagers. It was weird. Superfluous. High sales, by the way. The NHS all uses the same systems. They fax between hospitals. Apparently, it's for security reasons. That's it. It is. It's all faxing, according to them, is the safest way to send patient information, the most secure way, because hard mail can be stolen, email can be hacked. First, because no one cares about faxing, it can't be hacked. Law firms, that's another one. Yep, I bet my sister was here. She would have called me out on that one too. I forgot about that. As a nerd and artist, I've only ever worked in IT and graphic design. There is zero nice or mean. There is only true and false. And talking while having gum in your mouth is rude in the first place. Agreed. I think gum is kind of a gross thing. I like, have you ever met someone who regularly chews gum with their mouth closed? I haven't. Like, if you're a gum chewer, I just don't get it. And I'm a really ADHD person who loves, I fucking love oral stimulation. Like, smoke pot, chew on a pen all day long, suck a dick. But goddamn, I don't want to. It's all so wet in there. Mouth closed. Boom. Found one. Thank you, River. We found one. Get on your podium. Put your crown on. You deserve it. Thank you for not torturing us with your wet mouth sounds. I'm on break. Knives, we were literally talking. I was saying, so for real, how do you politely, if you're stuck in a situation where someone is chewing on their cud, i.e. talking to you with their mouth full of food or chewing with their mouth full open, like, how do you politely be like, hey, that's gross, and I want to vomit when I hear it? I don't know. I don't think my aversion to mouth sounds gives me the right to be a dick. But gross. Also, my dad used to stab me in the arm with a fork if I chewed with my mouth open, so I've got a little PTSD about it. Cheers. Why do you need to be polite? Because I don't think my aversion to mouth sounds gives me a right to be an asshole. I try to be nice in all situations. Honestly, like really. In every human encounter in my life, I sit and I think, how can I make this a nice one? Because here's the thing, regardless of if you chew like a cow or not, everybody is struggling with shit in their head. And you don't need some strange bitch making you conscious about the way you eat. Right? Like, what gives me that right to do that? That would give me a hang up. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's basic etiquette. If you were like, if it was like one of you guys, like if it was a friend of mine, I would straight up pull the food out of your mouth with my fingers. Like, don't even put it past me. I'm talking like you know, a casual acquaintance at work or a polite friend that you're not close with. You can't do that. If it's a friend or someone I'm close with, I'm saying things. That's different. Oh my god, Trey Crowder made a new video. Fuck. Ooh, let me pull it up on the other monitor. Thank you, anime. I love Trey Crowder. He's so good. Hey, so it's okay if you do it, but a pet peeve of mine is open mouth chewing and it's triggering me. Can you stop, please? That's actually a really nice way to put it. Look at you be eloquent. It's almost like you deal with the public for a living. Hey, I'm having trouble focusing. Would you kindly stop chewing that gum so loudly? That's a nice one too, honestly. I think maybe I'm understanding this wrong. I was just asking them to stop chewing the gum while they're talking to me. No, 100%. I mean, you're not like, I want them to too. But I think it's I project my own insecurities onto other people. So like, if I was whistling, I whistle a lot. When I was 12, a horse shattered my jaw and it was wired shut. And to keep circulation in my mouth, I whistled. That was what I did all day. And so to this day, I can whistle kind of well. Like I'm kind of like a creepy old man whittling wood on your back porch. And I whistle constantly. That's my oral fixation. If I'm not streaming, I'm singing or whistling. And it drives some people fucking crazy. Like my mother cannot stand the pitch of my whistle. For some reason, it makes her ears ring. And I respect that. Come at me with it. Like that wouldn't offend me, but I'm always worried that me doing the exact same thing to someone else is going to offend them. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like I want to know if I'm annoying someone with something easily stoppable, i.e. whistling or whatever. I don't want to be annoying, but I'm afraid other people will be like, it's my right, America. I can fucking all day. And it's like, all right. I just don't know because I don't get offended. Like it's really, 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 I can't even think of a thing that like offends me or other than, the basics, racism, bigotry, so on and so forth. The things that should offend the general public, embarrass me, so on and so forth. Like I don't have a shame button built in. It's just not there. And so I assume that everyone else is embarrassed about everything. I'm like overly sensitive about everyone around me. But I don't know why. Like I'm not that smart, but I know that much. Here's a video that lives rent-free in my head. Oh my god, maybe we can watch. This will be the post Trey Crowder, because Trey Crowder's probably gonna piss us off. Because as much as none of us are a fan of Liz Cheney, the walking quilt that Liz Cheney lost to is more frightening somehow, and Wyoming is right over my head. That's the place where a cop asked me, "Where are your people from?" Because apparently, I am not white enough for Wyoming. So if that doesn't put anything into perspective, I don't know what will. I'm just imagining you forcing your finger in someone's mouth while they're gnawing on a burrito. Dude, I've done this. Spit it out. Spit it out. Why'd you make me spit that out? You were speaking. I couldn't hear you. If people act like a child or a dog, treat them like a child or a dog. I can't concentrate on the words you're saying if you keep smacking your gum in my auditory bubble. I usually just start bringing up all the facts about how bad gum is for your jaw. I just scare people. Because then it's like, I'm winning by getting you to stop chewing gum loudly, but also I'm scaring you a little. It'd be, Katie, you're being annoying. And I'd be like, sick, what was annoying? Let me stop it. That would never offend me. But I don't know, probably the media, like you see a lot of this, the public is just offended by breath. I mean, for real, there are things that are offensive. We all can generally agree racism, bigotry, hate speech, trans hate, and so on is ugly and gross. And offensive, whether you're trans or not, whether you're black or not. It fucking offends us because we're all like, no, we agreed that's disgusting. We're not doing that anymore. Please stop it. But I feel like, you know, people are, they don't have any problems, so they create problems for themselves and get offended about them just to like be part of the noise. You know what I mean? Hi, penis. How are you? America doesn't have their emotions in check. I mean, there's a portion of us who totally do, but we're all like hermiting because we're terrified of the rest. Because it just doesn't. I just don't know what happened. It's not like I had some blessed childhood. You know, who did? And yet, I'm still managing to keep my shit in check and not shoot up any schools. So, I don't know. It's very scary. I'm scared of people in my own country because there's a huge population of openly racist white supremacists who are insane. Hi, Trekkie. How are you, love? I think people just don't like being told about themselves on like any subject. Yes, I think that's it too. Unless it's like sucking their dick. I think therapy is the root of it. You know what's really sad? I watched this really cool episode of Anthony Bourdain. He went to, I believe it was Argentina. It was in South America. But the area he went to, it was more uncommon to not have a therapist than it was to have one. Everyone has a therapist. Like, you start going to therapy when you're like 2 years old and you just never stop. And it's more seen as preventative brain medicine than as like, oh, I had a breakdown, now I'll go talk to someone about it. And it was so fucking cool. That had never occurred to me before, and I just don't understand. I mean, I do why here, insurance. Like, I worked at Hopkins and psychological care wasn't even covered on our insurance. I'm not even kidding you. Insurance is a joke in our country, and that's why most of us can't seek out mental health care. But if it was prioritized, I mean, I'm not saying mental health, like, I'm not saying prioritizing mental health solves all of our problems, but goddamn if it wouldn't solve some. Because Jesus Christ, that one dude who shot up a church last year was like, I had a bad day. You can't hear me? Is my try oh. Why would I even say anything? Trekkie can't hear me. Boo! Is anyone else having audio issues? I know. I fucking miss Anthony Bourdain. Have you watched the documentary on him? Penis? It's really hard to watch. It's sad. Like, it's not some glorifying of him or his life or anything. It's all of his closest and dearest friends being mad and like talking about their memories of him, but then literally like every single one of them is just like, fuck that guy, he killed himself, and they're mad. And it was very visceral and very real, and it's giving me goosebumps. But it's really good, man. I just loved Anthony, man. To this day, I'm just heartbroken. And then smoke some fucking weed, dude, for real. Like, I don't know if weed would solve it all, but an outlet. Like, everybody needs a thing that they can go to when they feel a little shitty or angry that helps take the edge off, that doesn't kill them. And alcohol, unfortunately, doesn't do that. It just makes everything a little bit worse. I'm upset about it. Or the kid who stabbed a girl 144 times because he got rejected. I mean, how many times have we heard that story in one version or another? Both ways. I mean, it's either like a dude got rejected and shoots his pregnant wife, or a girl gets rejected and claims she was raped and gets him in prison forever and she was not raped. Like, it's one way or the other. It's just, like, wild. I don't know. So, Crayon, I do the same. I used to be able to whistle through my front 2 teeth. I can't do it anymore. I might be able to, actually, if I tried. I stopped doing it. If I just keep my teeth together and breathe a certain way, I could make the most high-pitched, like, dog whistle. It's very quiet. Very, very, very quiet, but horrible sound through my 2 front teeth. And I used to do it in class, but it's so quiet and terrible that no one can tell where it's coming from, because I could literally just do this. and be doing it. And no one would know. And I stopped because it really drove people crazy. And I don't remember how to do it anymore in my practice. But I liked the vibration too. That's all it was. It's good. Penis, honestly, I'm glad I watched it because it's the first time that, I've seen a documentary that talks about a celebrity who killed themselves and they don't chop it up to just be some happy, fluffy cloud. It talks about the joys of his life, but it gives a very realistic view of who Anthony was, who Tony was. A lot that I didn't know that I just appreciate. I liked him, and I feel like in order to truly like that person, I like that I know more about him. I think it's either HBO or Prime. I watched it a bit ago. It came out a bit ago, but it's well worth a watch. They even have Josh Homme on there from Queens of the Stone Age. And I knew they were good friends. Josh Homme hasn't made a piece of music since Anthony killed himself. Like, that's the kind of shit they start talking about. Like, who's that dude? Fuck. He's on a million food shows. I am just forgetting his name. He's younger. I think he's Korean. I think he did like a food truck show or something. I can't remember his name, but he's in the documentary and he talks about Anthony and he's the one who's like, yes, Eddie, thank you. Eddie and Roy, both of them. Yes, both are in the documentary. Both are in there. And they are very candid about how mad they are at him. Like it, and I needed that. Like I needed that because there's just too much of the, oh, they were such a good person and they were suffering and this and that. Like, yes, thoughts and prayers. But the rest of us left over are fucking angry about it. And those people, I mean, beyond. I'm angry as a consumer of the content, like, fuck. But you know what I mean? I have 2 siblings. One died of suicide, and I'm still angry about that. But it's kind of like this book this girl put out, I'm happy my mom is dead or whatever. I'm glad my mom died. Because my sister's dead, I can't say I'm mad at her. That makes me cold and callous. And I don't think that's right. It invalidates how I feel. I'm still fucking mad at her. You know? I think it's okay to be mad. And I think putting it out there as a consumable piece of media like that, when the theme of it is a person like who didn't love Anthony Bourdain? The fucking guy was just amazing. He was everything. It kind of maybe normalizes the conversation around you don't have to have the emotions people assume you're going to have. You don't have to have the emotions people tell you to have or the ones you like think because of movies you're supposed to have in this instant. Like whatever you're feeling is totally okay and it's real and take it, because if you smother it and ignore it, it becomes ugly things that turn into, shit later. You know? Farts and stares, exactly. Feelings of anger in those situations are totally valid. 100%. It would, honestly, I think it's really weird if you're not mad about it. Like, I'm sad and mad. I have a lot of emotions about it, but I'm mad because I don't get to see my sister anymore. And I'm mad at myself because, everybody's always, is there anything I could have done? Blah, 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 blah. No, but you're mad. Like, anger is a totally legit feeling. It doesn't mean I'm going to go out and do something violent about it. I'm just mad. And I think it's okay to say that. I think it's okay to have a feeling that's not societally normal or accepted or whatever. Whatever. You know what I mean? Both my dad and sister died of suicide. Trekkie, my heart. I'm left behind with you. I feel you. My mom drank herself to death, and that's just a dick move. That's what my dad did. I get mad about that sometimes too. My real dad, he drank himself fucking dumb. Drank himself into oblivion, and I'm mad about that to this day. Like, did he ever think, like, maybe I'd want a dad around when I'm older? Seemed unfair. He fucked my mom. He signed part of the contract. Hearing good things about this book? That's the one I was just talking about, Eliza. Seriously. Literally, we were just talking about that. Because a lot of people were like, oh, I can't believe you would say a thing like that. And it's like, not everyone had a My Little Pony Care Bear childhood, and that's okay. And they need to be able to talk about that without your punk ass coming after them. Fuck yourselves. Like, that's not okay. That's her truth. And if you read, I read a couple portions of the book that other people had posted online. Her mom, from the age of 3 years old until this woman was 18, did front butt anatomy checks every evening before she got to go to bed. That's just one example of the nutball this woman was. I'd probably be glad too. Shit's fucked. Anyone can be fucked up. Doesn't matter if you have the title mom, dad, sister, brother. Anyone can be a fucking terrible person. And, you know, my sister and I refer to my biological dad as the sperm donor because he did nothing. He fucked my mom and drank himself to death. That's it. He sperm donated. And I think that's okay. Just because he fucked my mom doesn't make him my dad at all. No, Eliza, yeah, we were talking. Well, I brought it up because what was I talking about that was similar to that? Oh, we were talking about the Anthony Bourdain documentary about him killing himself. And a lot of the people they talk to are angry still very much because it's still pretty raw. And there was, he didn't really reach out. He kind of secluded in France and just did it while they were filming a show. And I don't like it, but I like that they were brave enough to put that in the film because there's so many documentaries out there about dead celebrities and shit where they're just like, look at the beautiful lives smothered. None of us saw it. And it's like, I'm guaranteed that's not what you're thinking. My first thought is, I'm fucking pissed. The title of that book reminds me of Stepford Wives. There was a writer in the movie called I Love You, But Please Die. Oh my God, that's beautiful. I could totally believe she wrote a book like that. When they brought iCarly back, she wasn't part of it. And that's when I found out how her mom forced her into acting. Dude, her mom did so much creepy shit. Like encouraging eating disorders and literally doing vaginal checks. And if you've ever seen the movie Sybil, very similar, minus all the religious shit. It was just psychotic control of a child. It was like the mom living her dreams through a vessel. She didn't see her child as a child. She saw that daughter as a vessel. I mean, it's just, and I haven't even read the whole thing. I read a couple excerpts and I was like, I don't need to read this. I've seen Sybil. Gross. To be fair, your mom conned him. Well, yeah. I mean, he said yes. They got married. I mean, he asked her to marry him. She got that far. But yeah, into the kids, yeah. Is it a con? I guess, yeah. If you just stop taking your birth control, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just was trying to think. Is there a better word for it? Con seems weird, but no, I think you're right. The bait and switch. The old bait and switch. I love my parents, but I'm old enough where I don't need their approval or opinion on what I do. Thank fuck I've reached that point as well. But also, I keep most of my life insanely private from them. I've missed a bunch of this conversation. Where can I find it? Oh my God. What part? Yes. That Snyder guy that produced the show. Yeah, the guy she calls the creator. Did you see? Oh, I think it was Philip DeFranco showed some clips of Ariana Grande, how do I say, miming porn? I don't know. Oh, Trekkie. And, even to me, when I read, my mom is dead, I hate her, there's something in me that jolts. And I have to tell myself, you can hate your mom and your dad. You can hate shitty people. And I think it's healthy to do that. You know what I mean? Hate is not healthy, but you know what I mean? Feeling your own legitimate emotions without anyone imposing theirs on you or what you should be feeling is healthy. That's the process to get through it. And when you don't, that's how we don't get through shit like that. And we end up using it as a crutch to be a shithead for the rest of our lives or whatever. Insert whatever here. To be fair. Oh, the Bourdain doc. I believe it's HBO Max or Prime or Amazon Prime. I can't remember. Did anybody check which one it is or look it up? It's one of those two, and I can't remember which. It's on HBO Max, which sucks. I apologize. I know a lot of people don't have that. But considering how much tech talk we had in chat today and how many of y'all I know are coders, I know there's other ways you can procure things. Big fan of Tunnel Bear myself. I need to pee really bad, and we need to take a break because I think my dog needs to pee. She was staring at me creepily. But when we come back, I want to watch the Trey Crowder with you guys. If you don't know who Trey Crowder is, he used to just go by the liberal redneck, but he is just your down to earth blue collar motherfucker who says it like it is, and I fucking love him. And then we have a funny video that apparently Knives is gonna haunt us with. I don't know, but it's stuck in his brain forever, and I'm nervous. You gotta get on that fucking Pirate Bay, motherfuckers. You know what's up? NordVPN, Tunnel Bear, so on and so forth. Get shit. Don't buy HBO to watch this documentary. Shit is wild. Unless you can get a 30-day trial and you remember to cancel it, in which case it's not going to take you 30 days to watch this goddamn thing. Get that. Get on them high sales, breathe in the sea air and all the free content, but use a VPN. You don't want your internet canceled. I hate them both, and I'm so grateful for what I have now. My husband is an amazing man, and I love him. And Trekkie, that's beautiful. I don't think you need to go through shit to appreciate things, but I do think that some of the horrible things I myself personally have gone through make me really appreciate the things I have now that maybe some other people might take for granted. And I don't think that's bad. Like, good. I'm glad they had a good life. Like, I don't want people to live a horrible childhood. Like, please. Like, obviously, I don't want that. But you know what I mean? Like, there are just little things that really I will be grateful for the rest of my life because the majority of my childhood were not there or whatever. You know what I mean? Hello, Vile. I'm done with work for today. Fuck yes. We were literally just about to take our first break of the day. Great timing. I just have to pee so bad. But when we come back, we have a funny Trey Crowder and a Knives haunt for our brains, I think. Trey Crowder's really, he is very well. I just love the way he words things. He's eloquent. He's well-spoken. He writes his shit well. I love him. He's very smart. So I'm excited to watch that with you guys. You'll enjoy him, I promise. I know you will. I've never showed Trey Crowder to anyone that was like, not my type. Like, he's funny. He's a stand-up comedian as well, but he's very poignant. As part of your cell phone plan, probably smart. Hi, Jose. How are you, love? Or just borrow the password of someone you know. Exactly. It's a documentary. It's like a couple hours. Like, that's what I would do. It's crazy how many different... you could be paying hundreds of dollars right now with all the subscription fees. It's basically cable again. I hate it so much. I hate it. It's weird, and I swear to God, they're all in on it, and they're all splitting up all the best shows among all of them, so we feel like we need a fucking subscription to every single one. Like, we don't know what torrenting is. Bitch, I am torrenting. I rode the stallions of the Wild West of torrenting so that these fetuses can buy VPNs now. Don't test me. I will find it. I will. Anyways, I have to pee. Be right back. Back, everybody. Magic, it's so pretty. Welcome back. I had something in my eye and decided that would be the name of my memoir. There's something in my eye. A memoir of Katie. Oh my god. Let me stop. Stop. You guys can hear the kitty purrs, right? I'm trying to move all my screens around so I can show it to you guys. I have way too many up right now. Sorry. Look at her kitty purr though. I love cat. What's better than a cat purring? I love dogs, but damn, they don't purr. Cats purring is just like, look at this kitty. I think. I'm hoping that dude was like not actually terrorized. Like maybe they were like, Afterwards, gave him a hug. I feel like they didn't. There will always be a part of me that takes pleasure in others' pain. I'm not proud of it, but she's in there. And that's some funny shit. I will absolutely give you that link because I will be saving it for my own pleasure. Oh my god, that was funny. Fuck, that was funny. Wow. It's like your body is being magnetically drawn to my camera. Sir, please stop walking towards my camera. Please turn your face away from my camera. That poor man. Oh, Knives, thank you. I apologize if not everyone found that as comical as I do, because wow, that gives me a lot of. If I was that dude, and granted, I'm just saying, I would go and fuck the puppet. I would take my shirt off to make it so they can't film anymore because tits are illegal, and then I would try to fuck the puppet. And then it's over. Then they're scared of me. Make them scared of you in a non-violent way. Signed, women. Fuck, that was funny. Goddamn. I feel a little bad laughing that hard, but like just make that someone you don't like in that position and it's suddenly very funny. Ugh. That's that empathy CK. You know exactly how to get them. I try not to. It's a blessing and a curse. Buy knives. Be good. Be safe. Don't get in trouble. Shall we get culty, motherfuckers? We haven't gotten culty in a few days. My period took me out. I'd like to. I'm addicted. Oh my god. And so, fun story. So, Zach got sent a code for the game, a free game code. But he's so mad that his whole cult just like randomly died yesterday that he gave it to me. So, I have a game code on the other side of this card. I'm going to do a giveaway at some point. If you don't have the game and you'd like to try it out, it's really cute and super fun. You kill him with kindness. I do. That is honestly a psychological torture in its own mind, in its own right. I got that from working retail though. I've never been I think I've said it a million times over the past 7 years. I fucking hate confrontation, especially with a stranger. I don't want it. I don't even want to talk to him, let alone have to have a confrontation with one. And so I found that like when it's not a choice whether or not that confrontation is going to happen, you disarm them. Is the best option you have at ending the conversation. Just in any, like, as peacefully and non-committal as possible. You disarm them. And angry people want to be fed back anger. Like, they want it. That they want, like, you also to be pissed. And when you just give them nothing but joy, giggles, and smiles and rainbows, something in them dies and breaks. And it warms my soul to watch. I should make a therapy appointment. Anyways. Do you like it, Sales? Is it good? Is like, yeah, Odious. So yesterday he was playing and I don't know exactly what happened. He took a break and he was like, so I was out on a run and literally the entire cult died. Like the entire cult got sick, diseased, and died within a minute. And he said that just like took the sails out of his sails. The wind out of his sails. You know what I mean? Nothing to do with sales. The sales. Sales. You know what I mean? Took the wind out of his sails, which I kind of get. That sucks. That has not happened to me. I've had a couple like bugs here and there, like UI sticks, but a restart fixed it real fast. It sounds like it, but he's pretty neurotic about it. I have a hard time like seeing him forget to pause. You know what I mean? It's possible, but I have a hard time with it. He's pretty psychotic about that shit. He's better at games than me. Yeah. So our cult has not died. And I heard integration's way better now. So we should be able to freely be able to get people in the cult and it won't be like a 40-minute process every time we want to do it, which should be nice. The ant farm moment, right? New topic for my next therapy appointment. I make notes for therapy all week long. Why do I laugh at pain and cry when people are nice to me? That'll be this week. I never had an ant farm as a kid, but I kind of get it. I never wanted an ant farm. Like, who as a kid didn't have ants in your house? At one point, not infestations, but like you'd see an ant on the counter. Like, I would see them and be like, that's a pest. Why would I buy a box of them? It's like, who the fuck goes out and just like buys cups of cockroaches? Like, gross. That's a pest. Why would you do that? Sick. I don't know. Fucking weird people, I guess. Anyways, I want to get culty with you guys and hang out and be chill. My voice is really wrecked. I just, like, the night before last night, I had really bad cramps, so I woke up every 2 hours and took Aleve, and then all day yesterday I puked because of all the Aleve I took all night long. So my throat is raw. That's it. I'm hydrated, so don't worry. It's a little cheeseburgery in there right now. Just a little. I haven't even got to the second boss yet because I've been trying to keep you fuckers alive. In the game. It's been an exciting venture. It's one of those where you realize it's neat, but if this thing falls off and breaks, we got problems. Exactly. And like, I mean, even with my pets, with everything I have, I make sure that nothing I own or like nothing I care for as a pet or whatever, nothing could be native here. So nothing could survive Colorado because I don't want anything to go live in my cellar for 50 years and eat a child. You know what I mean? I don't want my things to die, but if they escape, God forbid, like, so, there's no way. No, I've never had an escape. But if, you never know. I don't need roaches. Like, all the cockroaches I get for food, they're all, like, tropical, subtropical species that would fucking die. Everything will die if it gets out, so I don't have to worry about it, which is nice. But I'm responsible. I used to watch a YouTube channel that went over how to catch yourself a queen ant. Oh my god. Me too. What is that ant? I used to watch an insane ant channel, and I haven't forever, and I don't know why. I wonder if they just went away. Kill a calzone. Do it with your mouth. Please add a whip sound to your soundtrack for Lamb Coal. Oh my god. I have. Wait. I have that. How about that? Does that work? Is that my whip? And then we noticed the gun was under the bed of the cultist. They fucked it. It's ruined. Semen blocks the barrel. Did your mother teach you nothing? Get off your high horse, fetus. You know what I'm saying? It has multiple uses. Also, this game is so many games like wrapped into one. It's crazy. I played a little bit yesterday on my offline game, and it's so many games wrapped into one. It's like a gardening game. It's a roguelike game, but it's also like they have that cute dice game that's fun to play. I don't even know. It's wild. But what if they survived, right? I don't have any. I mean, I do have a scorpion that could kill me, but it would die instantly if it got loose here because it's from Africa where the degrees do not go below 0 and everything goes below 0 here, so it will die. My black widow could live here, but that's literally because I caught it in my yard. So, does that count? It's a pet, but they live here and are probably everywhere anyways. So, what's a bitch to do, right? Nothing. Oh, fuck. No. I gotta quit. Sorry. That sound update happened and none of the sounds coming through on my board for the games on my computer. I forgot to change it. Farts. It's not like you'll hear anything anyways. Ooh, 2 peach trees? Oh, hell yes. Oh, I love peaches. Peaches and what are they? Not apricots. Nectarines? I like nectarines better just simply because they don't have the fuzz. The fuzz makes me feel like I'm eating velvet, and I don't want to eat velvet. Quit. Gotta fuck with my sound really quick. It's probably happier in captivity in your yard. 0 worries. That's the thing. Like, it was a baby. I mean, it was like, its body, it looked like a male. It was so small when I first found it. And it was like, either I have to dispose of you or I'm going to put you in a tank and wait to see what happens. And I put it in a tank. Normally, I just move them away from the house because my biggest worry is they're going to get caught up in the dog's fur and then bite my dog. And my dog can't be like, ow. So that's my biggest worry. I just move them. There is not one Black Widow death on record in the United States of America. Like, if you're within an hour or two of a hospital, you're going to be in pain, but you're not going to die. But that's the one. That's the one. She's fed a lot better in my house than ever outside. She is a chunk. I have a cloth one, but it's like a big old trench, which is a bit much. I mean, it's not terrible. Survival builder, all the things. I'm so addicted to this game. It's so good. Been a long time. Me too. The only thing, not really. There are some weapons I just can't get the hang of, and I don't like them. Like the close range daggers and stuff like that, where you have to hit a million times, or you have to get really up close to things to hit them. Those are the things I just can't seem to not die with them. Because as you go on, like, things start shooting spikes out of their flesh and stuff, and you can't get close to them at all. And I think it's the same problem I had with Hades, though, in that I go too fast. I'm impatient. I'm a fast gamer. Like, that's how I play games. And when a lot of the gameplay is like dodge roll, one hit, dodge roll, one hit, I just do I have enough life to survive? Yep. Like, just fucking hack them to pieces like I'm chopping up lettuce or something. I don't know. I get impatient. That's my biggest qualm with it. But that's not really the game. I think that's user error. Some of the weapons are crap, right? All of the claw ones I hate. Where it's like, the third hit's the best. Fuck yourself. I don't want them. Every time I get a claw, I'm like, nah, I'm out. I don't like this run already. When can I not have this? They just suck. I don't know. I don't know how to make them better. I'm glad I'm not the only one sales. Fuck yeah. Those claws fucking suck. And I was excited for them. Not excited. Do not like. I'm pretty much the axe or the sword, or I have no hope for the run. Like, that's it. The axe is like hit or miss. I like the axe if I can speed up the rate of hitting. Oh my god, yesterday night, I wish I was doing, because I didn't want to advance the story further than what we've all done. So I was just running like the same ones I'd beaten, the 2 first doors or whatever, over and over and over. And I got an axe, like the strongest axe, like as far as I was, the strongest axe that you could get, and then I immediately got like a 3 times attack rate. So literally, I looked like, I can't remember the game, but you have a hammer and you're just like, go, 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 just spinning around, going past people, just go, go. That's what I looked like with this axe. But it hit like 7 points more than anything else. It was phenomenal. But of course, I wasn't on a run that meant anything. It was similar. It was like whack-a-mole. I feel like it's a weapon in one of the Mario games where instantly your arm just starts chopping really fast. I can't remember. It's been a bit, but I was just pissed I wasn't on a run that meant fucking anything. Hi, Kinger. How are you, love? Let me fix my sound real quick. Sorry if I missed any chat. But I know it's been fucked. Nope. I feel like I got an eyelash. Do I have something in my eye? How do I just wanna... What? Okay, riddle me this. No, there's no way you could riddle me this. There's a new output on my computer that says, there's three new ones. Speakers, speakers, speakers. One says speakers, Steam streaming speakers, Steam streaming microphone. Are those new? I've never seen those in my life. Do I have to choose one of those for you guys to hear what comes out of a Steam game? Un moment. Now I'm confused because there's more options. I'm just going to test something. I'm just putting on music. It is the weird Steam one, I guess. You can hear that, right? That's coming from the gaming PC now. interesting. I just tried it as an experimente and it worked, so that's frightening and weird. There was an update the other day though, so nothing frightens me. Nothing's weird. Gross. All right. Hopefully this works. Please work. Please tell me you hear that. Oh, is my stream deck not